Alright, I'm about to teach you how to work 70 hours a week. You ready for this? You can do more, you can do less than this. This is just a way to make you work how you want to work. So the first step is, do you want to work for yourself or do you want to work for somebody else? I'll let you decide, but I'm going to tell you right now, most people are working for somebody else. Even rich people, about 80% of millionaires are working for somebody else. So even if you're at the top, you still might be working for somebody else. And that's okay. As long as you feel comfortable working in that environment, it's fine. It's not a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't work for yourself like because it's too hard to make it on your own." That's not true. And then there's people who say, "You can't work for somebody else because they're never going to treat you right." That's also not true. You got to find that middle line. You got to find an employer that's willing to work with you to get you where you want to be, or you got to go do it yourself and make sure you're getting yourself where you want to be. The biggest part in any job you'll ever have is making sure you have goals within that company, or even if it's just you only have that job because you need to make money. You need to have a goal there of why you're actually there to be successful. Because if you don't have a goal there, you're not going to be successful. So I have two jobs working for different employers, and then I run my own company that I don't do very often. It's just extra income at this point. And eventually I want to get that company to the point where it's my full-time job. And I'm just running it and making sure operations are going good. And it'll be passive income and I can start something else. That's my goal. But what I'm doing right now is working 70 hours a week at those two jobs, at being employed somewhere. And then also developing my own company and other companies for the future. I also have my hobbies and I'm still able to do not everything I want to do, but I'm still able to have some free time to explore those as well. So this isn't impossible. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do this. So I work about 35 hours at each job. Most of corporate America and anywhere does not want to pay you overtime because it costs them more and you're not worth it. Doesn't matter if that's not what they say, you're not worth it to them. They don't want you there for more money than what they're paying you already. And that's why they don't want you to have overtime. Doesn't it even your managers might even tell you you're not worth that much money, so we can't have you here. So I could work just up to 40 hours at one job and then do whatever I want, but I decided I want to make some more money. So I'm working 35 at one job, and then I found another job that would also be flexible with scheduling and work 35 hours there. And so some days I leave one job and go straight to the next. And it's like a 15, 16-hour day. And then I go home, sleep, do it the next morning. It's not ideal, but you can do it. You could even work 80, 90, however many hours. A lot of people will tell you to cut back on sleep. The minimum you want to get, this is coming from somebody who barely ever sleeps, but the minimum you should get is 6. 6 is a good amount that you'll be well rested enough to go out and tackle things the next day, but you'll still be tired. You'll feel it. And you can do this cycle for however many times you want. One of the things I like to tell myself now is I don't have time management, I have energy management. And I got this out of the book I listened to, 10X by Grant Cardone, is that it's energy management. It's where you put your energy, not what you're doing with your time. Because I could put my energy into going and laying in my bed right now for a couple hours before I have to go work today since it's my day off. But instead, I'm putting my energy into these videos, into cleaning up my room a little. I know my bed looks like shit, but I don't care. I just sleep in it. Who needs to clean that? I'm not going to waste my energy cleaning my bed, but I can clean up all my clothes on the floor, hang them up, whatever I need to do, because I have that time. So, that's my brother. Anyways, that's how I do things now. What are you doing? Fucking ridiculous. Anyways, see, I get distracted. I totally lost where I was going. But I'm putting energy and everything into these videos because eventually I want to do something more with this. And so I can't do more with this if I'm laying in my bed. I can't make moves in the speaking industry, though whatever, motivational speaking, whatever you want to call it, life coach, blah, 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 industry, if I'm laying in bed doing nothing to work on this. I can't make moves upgrading my business, making my business better, if I'm laying in my bed doing nothing. You have to use your energy and put it somewhere instead of, oh, well, if I sleep for an hour and I wake up and then I have this much time to do these 3 things, I can cram those in and make it shitty. No, that's not how you want to do it. So, if I wanted to talk about how much I actually work, let's see here. I think there's 100, I haven't done the math on this in a while, but I'm pretty sure there's 168 hours in a week. 24 times 7, 168. And if I sleep around 4 or 5 hours a night, let's say 4 times 7 is 28, so minus 28 hours, I'm working 140 hours a week. Not really, but like, that's what I want to be doing. And you're like, holy shit, you want to work 140 hours a week and only sleep 4 hours a night? I say, yeah, I do. Because it sets me up better than it. Nobody else is going to do that. And so you don't have to do that. I'm not going to tell anybody you have to work 140 hours a week to be successful, because that's not true. Successful, I'll do a whole other video about just defining success, because I could do an hour-long rant on that. But basically, if you want to be successful, set yourself up for success how you see it. You can't, if you want to be the best photographer in your state, you better be looking, if you don't have a portfolio already, you better be contacting anyone you can and asking them to do shoots. And you can't charge them until you've built up your portfolio. Then once you have that portfolio, you charge people, blah, blah, blah. Start making money until you can hire people underneath you, start paying them, and then you have the biggest photography business in your state. And then you're like, okay, cool, I'm successful. And then you keep going. You're not going to get there by laying in bed. You're not going to get there by putting your time into a shitty job that you hate. If you work a shitty job at 40 hours a week, but you want to be the best photographer ever, you better be spending that extra 100 hours messaging people, going out and doing photo shoots, whatever else you need to do to get those things done. And so what I want to do is a billion different things. So when I get home from work after an 11 to 11 shift is I'm up till 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, writing scripts, writing stories, writing lyrics, working on music, whatever I want to do, because I have all these goals that I have set for myself so that I can meet my goals. And I set my goals because of the book I just read way too high, so that if I don't get there, I see how much I did make, and it's better than setting a low goal and then meeting it. So, I'm not telling anybody in this video you have to go work 70 hours a week at 2 different jobs. I'm just saying that sets me up for success to invest in the things I want to further the passions and hobbies I have right now that I'm still exploring at super late times in the night, so that I can eventually make those hobbies my job and be happy with those and say it's not a job because I love what I'm doing. I'm 19 years old. I'm not going to be able to say that straight off the bat. I can't be working in a fucking Walgreens or fucking King Soopers and be like, oh, yep, I love my job. Nobody fucking loves that job. It's supposed to be temporary. I don't think I have anything else to say about working a ton of time, but like, seriously, I know a lot of people do this though, and that's the thing I get excited about, is there's other people like me who are like, fuck it, I'm gonna put in 70 hours a week at these jobs, and then I'm gonna take that money that I earned and I'm gonna go buy these things so that I can invest in the career path that I want to pursue. And eventually, like, I'm gonna be a lawyer. So you're like, what are you investing in? Well, like, I'm gonna be a lawyer, but like until then, I have like 7-8 years until I'm gonna be passing the bar test. So why not pursue my hobbies until then, while I'm still studying, eventually going back to school here? You know, have fun a little, but also be working hard. That's everything I got. Have a good day, everybody. Keep working. Peace out.